Having even one of the beliefs I'm going to talk about in a moment is very dangerous, and I will prove to you that in the long run it can lead to the end of the relationship you are in. If you have a few of these beliefs, it may be the reason why you are still not good at forming relationships. Ready? Meet the 5 biggest misconceptions about love. Number 1. One of the most dangerous beliefs is that your partner is the source of your happiness. Or even worse, he or she is responsible for it and they must make sure that you are happy. Let's check the consequences of such thinking. Try to consider the following. If something is the reason for your happiness, won't you be obsessively afraid of losing it? Won't you be trying to keep your partner at any cost? Won't you be constantly afraid that they will leave you? Won't you be jealous of them? The more you believe this lie, the more desperate your behavior will appear and the easier it will be to discourage your partner. But what belief is closer to the reality? The one that in practice you don't really need your partner to be happy. You can be happy even if you break up. What's more, only when you are both happy with yourselves and there is no desire to keep your partner at any cost, then you will be both truly free. Lie number 2. Your partner has commitments towards you, so they have to keep them. Because they have sworn that you will be together for better or worse. Or maybe they were just talking so much about the future together, raising your hopes, and now they suddenly move away as if there was nothing between the two of you. Is it like this in your case? Then let me ask you a question. Would you like someone to be with you against their will, just because you want it? Would that be a real love? In fact, you must be aware that your partner can leave you at any time, and you will have to accept it. And let's go even further. The more you stop them, the faster they will run away. But on the other hand, the more openly you let them know that you have no expectations towards them and that they are completely free, the more willing they will be to stay with you. Even if you love them very much, you still can say, "I love you more than anything in the world. I want to spend the rest of my life with you and start a family with you. But if you don't want it, alright, I don't want you to be with me if you don't want it yourself." This is the opposite of despair, and it is a recipe for being very attractive to your partner. Lie number 3. Your partner should love you. That's their duty after all. If they don't love you, it means that there is something wrong with them. Why is it a lie? Because they don't decide whether to love you or not. Love is not a decision you can make. You can't fall in love or stop loving someone on demand. So what does your partner's love depend on? And here I have a great news for you. It's up to you. It depends on how attractive you are for them on many levels. It depends on whether the balance of feelings between you is maintained, whether you overwhelmed them with grudges and jealousy, or you showered them with hugs and kisses and confessions of love when they were distanced. So if you feel that your partner has distanced themselves and no longer loves you as much as before, you can't complain to them about it because it's not their fault. It is your grudges and complaints that spoils everything. It is you who should work on your behavior and the balance of feelings. I have talked about how exactly to do it in my other videos. Lie number 4. It is your partner who's guilty. Whatever it may be, causing the last argument or spending too much money. If you think in terms of who's guilty and who's not, you stop thinking reasonably, and that is when reluctance and conflict arise. And this not only gives you nothing, but also worsens the situation because it additionally destroys your relationship. Let's have a look at the following example. Your partner has snapped the key in the car and you will be late for an important meeting. Will finding the guilty part bring any benefits? Will making your partner aware of the big mistake they have made mean that they will not make this mistake in the future? Maybe yes, maybe no. But for sure there will be a much better chance for it if the conversation is conducted in a friendly and calm atmosphere. As soon as the guilty person is pointed out and they feel attacked, any understanding disappears. the defense mechanisms are activated and the argument begins. This principle also applies to really serious matters. Lie number 5. Your relationship will last for the rest of your life. Unfortunately, this is a lie for the most people. Statistics shows that nearly 50% of marriages end up in a divorce, and what's worse, the vast majority of relationships end much earlier, so the marriage never happens. What is even worse is that those 50% of people who are with each other for the rest of their lives, their relationship often remains only on paper. But in fact they end much earlier, and people stay with each other mainly because of habit. They live side by side, but not with each other. Relationships can be compared to taking care of a cat. At the start it's a little sweet kitten that you are both crazy about. Then the kitten matures and becomes an ordinary cat. You are no longer as fascinated with him as at the beginning, but he still brings you a lot of joy, and if you take care of him, feed him well and don't leave him alone, he will live a very long time, perhaps longer than you. But if you neglect your cat, he will lose weight at first. He will become slower and sluggish until he finally dies. And you will still live, but between you there will be only the cat's dead body, and stroking the corpse no longer gives such satisfaction. If you want to learn much more about maintaining a long-term relationship, I encourage you to check out my latest course, How to Build and Repair a Relationship, which you can find on courses.robertmarshall.com. And of course, for more videos like this, please subscribe. See you next time. Robert Marshall.